Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dallas Daily Show. We are finalizing our conversation that we've been having this whole week on shifting our beliefs and our behaviors. Today is part 4, focusing only on the new target. Let's get into the conversation. All right, my friends. So we've been talking this entire week on shifting our beliefs and our behaviors. As you remember, what we've been saying all week is typically what happens is we find ourselves in old patterns, right? An old trigger, an old belief, an old behavior. And so we've been talking about what we have to do. We have to recognize some of those old patterns so that we can go, oh, awareness, bring an awareness to that. Then we have to ignore some of those old impulses, right? We've been, again, going kind of through this last couple of weeks. And then we have to make sure that we don't go too extreme with the behavior if the belief isn't matching it. Because then at some point the willpower is going to run out on it's going to run out on us. And so today specifically, I want to talk to you about this idea of focusing only on the new target. All right. So imagine in front of you, there are two potential futures out there, right? We talk about this all the time on the Mind Shift episodes. That playlist link is below for you if you're interested in that. We talk about it at the Future You 5-day challenge. We talk about it in the Future You coaching program. There's two potentials out here. The future you want to avoid, the future you want to embrace. And that's the person that we are trying to become. What occurs for most of us, though, is we get into let's use the term habit, right? If we're shifting beliefs and behaviors, we are in an old pattern, an old habit of being told we have to break bad habits. We have to break old habits, right? That's what we're told. We're even told this. You've probably heard this before. How many days does it take to break an old habit? 21 days, right? You probably just said it out loud as you were with me. We're doing sing along today, wherever you're listening to the podcast. So it takes 21 days to break an old habit. However, that is not the important number. What they are finding is it takes more like 65 to 70 days. Some people dialed right in on 66 days, 65 to 70 days to form new habits and new behaviors, to form new ways of doing the world that you're doing. All right. So on one side, we have 21 days to break an old habit. On the other side, it's like 66 or closer to 70 days. We're close to about 84 days of total habit teardown and habit reformation, right? So about 84 to 90 days, somewhere in there. Imagine that. It's a quarter. It's 12 weeks, right? Why do so many programs we focus on? Nutrition programs, weight loss programs, get your financial peace programs, all the things typically give you a 12. Heck, even the Future You coaching program is a 12-week program. Why? Because the first little chunk has to be, okay, let's become aware. Let's recognize the old patterns. Let's start to ignore those impulses, break those habits. But if we do not have a positive replacement behavior in place, if we don't have something that we're moving toward in place, what will eventually occur is as your resilience goes low, your temptation to fall back into the old patterns is going to get higher and higher and higher and higher. It's like a teeter-totter, right? If resilience is high, temptation is low. If your energy level is high, right, that resilience stays high, then the temptation to fall back into old patterns is low. There's this great old quote by Friedrich Nietzsche that says, when you are tired, you're confronted with enemies you thought you had defeated a long time ago. I'm paraphrasing that. Someone I'm sure is going to quote me on that. But when Nietzsche said that idea of when you're tired, you find yourself facing old enemies. You find yourself facing old things, right? So this concept, this idea that we need to get into or realize is if we don't have a replacement, if we've swept out the room and left it empty, it's still going to collect dust if we don't fill it back up, right? We have to fill it up with a new belief, a new behavior, and that takes more than 21 days. That takes closer to that whole process, like I said, 12 weeks, 84 days-ish, 12 weeks, 90 days-ish, 12 weeks, right? That's somewhere closer to what it's actually going to take for you. But so many of us spend so much time focusing on the old target that what happens is where your focus goes, your energy flows. Don't eat the bad thing. 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 Then it gets into a rhythm in your brain. Don't eat the bad thing. Don't eat the bad thing. Why do I always think about the bad thing? Why do I always want the bad thing? Why do I always crave the bad thing? I'm getting tired and now I'm going to eat the bad thing, right? It's the way it goes. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. It'd be like if I was teaching my kid to ride a bike and there was one car parked on the street. Now, when I taught my children to ride their bike and I would put my hand on the back of the seat and I'd run alongside them for a little bit, and all I would say was I kept giving them 2 rules, and each of them conquered bicycle riding very quickly, because all I said to them was, I said, buddy, keep pedaling and keep your eyes down the road. Just look far down the road. Don't look at your front tire, right? Look down the road, look to where you want to go, and just keep on pedaling. That in and of itself could be a metaphor for life, right? Keep on pedaling, keep your eyes down the road. It must be a Friday because I'm in a weird mood. So anyway, I'd hold on to them and I'd run alongside them for a little bit, and I'd slowly just say, keep on pedaling, buddy, keep on pedaling. And I'd let him go. And they would go and do the thing, and they were like, whoa. They just kept going, and they kept going, and they kept their eyes going down the road. But let's say there was a car on the road, parked on the side of the road. If I kept yelling, hey, make sure you're going to pedal, right? But don't hit that car. Don't hit that parked car, okay, buddy? What's the one thing you're not supposed to do? Daddy, I'm not going to hit the parked car. You got it, buddy. Don't hit the parked car. And I start running. Keep pedaling, buddy. Don't hit that parked car. Don't hit that parked car. Don't hit that parked car. And as I release it, what is the most likely thing that he's going to do? Knock, knock, knock. Hey, sir, we were learning to ride our bike. We rode our bike right into your car. So sorry, right? That's what's going to happen. Let me know what I need to pay for the damage. That would suck. But it's because I put his focus so much on what not to do. I gave him the target I didn't want him to hit, but all I did was tell him subconsciously and consciously, don't aim at that. Don't aim at that. Don't aim at that. Where focus goes, energy flows, action flows. Right? So what happens is he hits the target that I tell him not to hit. Now, the better thing was for me to say, keep your eyes on the open road. Look at where you want to go. Look at where you want to go. In essence, what I was saying to him is focus so much on the target you want to hit, which is the open road, and being safe and having fun, that he didn't even see the parked car. It wasn't even an issue for him because he was never told to not look at it. And it's the same for you and I, for our old beliefs and our old habits, our old behaviors. We're told so often, you got to break this habit, break this habit, break this habit. And we're just keep hitting the habit. Why? Because we're aiming at the old target, trying to somehow break it down. Might I suggest to you that the more powerful choice for you and I to make is to actually turn toward the new target, focus all of who we want to become, the healthy life we want rather than not eating the thing, the financial freedom we want rather than not spending over beyond our budget, right? The relationship we want rather than all the frustrations of our spouse or significant other. If we focus solely on who we want to become, eyes on the open road, and we just keep pedaling, I'm telling you right now, ain't no way you're going to hit the old habit. You're just going to keep pedaling toward who you want to become. So if you need to hear anything today, I give you permission to quit focusing on the thing you're trying to break and instead focus solely on who you want to become. See it, feel it, begin to behave like it. Just be it. Be that new you. You will truncate the timeline of the integration of the new behavior. Get out of the old shifting beliefs and behaviors and triggers and all the spiraling, and you'll put yourself on a trajectory toward a future you ultimately want. So, my friend, just keep pedaling. Just keep your eyes on the open road of who you want to become, and go out there and have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to DallasDailyShow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.